Hello Taurus, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship. This could have been in the past. Could also be a current relationship. For others of you, this could be someone who you've met. And you know there's a whole lot of energy, but no one's really speaking up. For a small portion of you, this could be a situationship. A lot of differences here. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. And I have certain reasons for that. Oh boy, we have some very intense, passionate cards, but we also have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that are very sad, very gloomy. All right, so we have here inspiration followed by grief, pleasure, beliefs, power, sensuality, betrayal, boundaries. And under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme we have here is cycles. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Taurus, with you in my life, everything seems to have been colored from black and white, which is once the world I lived in. Having you in my life and just knowing that you're around makes me feel complete, gives me a sense of purpose. You have this unique ability and this way of making me feel so inspired. This inspiration makes me see the world in a different way. The world looks better, smells better, tastes better, sounds better. All because of you. All because I view it in a different way. I don't see it how I saw it once before. For me now, it's a good place. But when I'm sad, I want to be left alone. And right now, that is exactly what I feel like. Right now, I feel a sense of guilt for the things that I've said, for the things that I've done. Remorse and regret for the things that I never did that I should have done. The things that I never said that I should have spoken, but I never did. And now I'm afraid that I have lost you forever. You were this one person in the sky, the brightest star, the light that led me home. But I lost it all. I feel now that because of the way I behaved, it's simply me just grieving. I feel I have lost you, and now my world has changed And I feel the darkness is going to surround me very soon. Because the light that existed in you is also starting to fade. There is sadness and there is melancholy. What I feel. I also feel that in this connection, I can't deny it, but there has been a lot of pleasure. A lot of pleasure. Emotionally, spiritually, and physically, I feel very much complete. I have enjoyed our time together, even the fantasies that I've had. Sometimes they feel so real. Right now, I'm contemplating and I'm thinking about the differences that exist between you and I. I now realize that yes, we are very, very different. We don't see eye to eye. It's because I was born and brought up in a very different way, and so were you. Certain things that I think of, they don't turn out the way I would want things to be, but it's hard for me to move on from these beliefs. This is what has molded me into what I am today. I am the sum of all of that. And my mindset can't change. Yes, we do not see eye to eye. We are not on the same page. We have a lot of differences. Difference of opinions is a little too much. And this sometimes just pushes us far apart from each other. And there's a part of me that sees how powerful you are. How you have this ability of making me feel emotionally vulnerable and weak in the knees. This go-getter attitude, this alpha nature that you have, it is quite attractive. I like it. And it is inspiring. Because you are in control, it inspires me as well. But I also have issues regarding the temptations that I have for you. It's hard for me to resist this temptation because you are very sensual, tantalizing, alluring, sexy. And I have fantasized about you. And I think about you and I want to be with you. You can seduce without even trying. But it's because of this behavior, because of the way that I have viewed you, a part of me is hurting. I grieve. Because I feel guilty for having used you in this way, for having even thought of you so much, just as an object. And I also know that I betrayed you. I betrayed you on a sensual level. You thought you knew me and it turned out that you never really knew me at all. It seems as if the plans, the ideas that I had, they were not on the same wavelength as yours. You thought differently and now there's a lack of faith and a lack of trust in this connection. I understand. This has been a problem. And I understand that I have broken trust in the faith. And there may not be a reason to move on. But I do feel inspired by you. And you make life worth living. But because I have betrayed you, Taurus, I don't know what to do beyond this. I don't know how to react. I don't know how to talk to you. I don't know how to come back into your life, even if I should. I don't know. This is the reason why I put up boundaries. These boundaries that I've put up, it's because of the things that I have done to you, the way that I have treated you. It's the only thing I can do. I can't possibly face you. So the easiest thing for me to do, because I know that I've betrayed you, I know that I went against our beliefs, and I am regretting this, but the only thing I can do to make me feel at ease and to put everything on pause is by putting up boundaries, keeping my distance from you. For me, it is important to keep my distance simply because I do know if I open my mouth, I am definitely going to say something wrong, and I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to make a mistake. I do not feel confident enough. I do not feel worthy enough to be with somebody as sweet and as kind as you. Yes, you have a lot of seductive qualities, but I shouldn't just look at you in that way. You thought this connection was something else. And the way I behaved, if you think about it long and hard, you may just realize now that I was not the type of person that you deserved. You deserve better, Taurus. Not someone like me. This is why I keep my distance from you. As I broke your heart, I caused you hurt and pain and so much betrayal. And there's a part of me where I try to move on, but I can't because I am obsessing over you. I obsess over you so much, thinking about what happened, thinking about you and me, thinking about what I said. I don't know if it's right for me to reach out to you in the far future. But I do know that I need to settle my heart and to come to terms with the things that I have been going through, the things that I have gone through, the things maybe in the future I'll be going through. I know we have our differences, but for now, you are that inspiration. You are that light. And I don't want to be that shadow around it at all. I don't want to be that person that ruins things. And so I have kept my distance. And I do this on purpose. Taurus. Wow. Wowee. Well, what do we do now? My goodness. You must be wondering, does this person not find me attractive anymore? Well, that theory, that needs to leave your mind because this person can't stop thinking about you. They are obsessed over you. The problem here, Taurus, is that some of you may have gotten into a connection thinking that it's going to be exclusive. It's going to be something better than just a regular hookup, okay? Even a regular sort of partnership. You think it was going to be more than what it was. It doesn't have to be a hookup. But what I see here is somebody started to focus more on the physical, and the other person was trying to focus on the emotional. And the emotional stayed a little back, and the physical just kept going and going and going to the point where there was this imbalance in this connection. You see, the spiritual, emotional, and physical should be all equal, but it was not. Here, there's more emphasis on the physical. We have pleasure, which comes from lust. We also have here sensuality. This is how I interpret these cards. I also have sexuality, which did not pop up here, but these are the three cards. Pleasure, sensuality, and sexuality. These are my lustful cards. And the reason why I say lust is because I don't see love here. I don't even see compassion. I don't see any of the other cards that could have popped up. They did not. We're dealing with somebody here that thought of you as temptation. And they went against what you thought, what you believed, and it turned out that this entire situation felt like it was a betrayal. Is your person of interest feeling sad and upset? Yes, they are. They are grieving. Do they have the courage to reach out to you? Absolutely not. They have put up boundaries. So if you're wondering, why aren't they reaching out to me, even if they found me to be so hot? This is the reason why. They feel guilty for what they've done to you. They grew a conscience. And now they're thinking that, you know, if I connect with Taurus, I'm just going to be corrupting this person. I'm just going to be ruining them and using them and misusing them. I don't want to do that. Indirectly, in a way, this person's trying to do the right thing. It doesn't feel right because there's pain involved here, right? Somebody here was in love. And now there's a disconnect. That's why it hurts so much. All right, I have here the beginners. Nope, this is not the beginners. This is the Lover's Path Tarot. All right, so with the Lover's Path Tarot, what I like to do with this deck, I go a little bit into the past to see what it is that happened in the first place that may have caused the problem. Things were going great, everything was fine, but then it just kind of plummeted, everything just went downhill. What happened? Your person of interest definitely didn't talk to you about this, because I see the way it was in the cards, the way it still is. They're feeling quite guilty, the fact that they just kind of ghosted you. The first set of cards I just read, that is the current status. Right now, this is something that is in the past. What happened slightly in the past? This is for those of you that never received any sort of closure. Your person may have ghosted you. They may have just faded over time. And you wonder, what happened? Where did they go? Why did they act like this? Why did they treat me like this? Hopefully, this will provide you some clarity, some understanding. And don't feel guilty about it. It wasn't your fault. I can definitely tell with those cards, it was not you. This is a them problem. Here we have a Queen of Cups and Innocence. So these cards I do read in the reverse. Let's have a look. The Queen of Cups, it talks about, now I read these in the reverse, right? A lack of soulfulness. At some point in time, that's what happened. A lack of emotion, a lack of inspiration. You see how you had inspiration. So this is interesting. In the past, okay, there was a lack of information. However, right now, the first set of cards I just read, first card was here. The word was inspiration. So in the beginning, right, they were fine, but then something happened and they realized that they're not being inspired by you. They were not feeling inspired because they had different expectations. The beliefs card was there. However, now, the current status, they are feeling inspired, and it was the first card. First card is the strongest feeling. We have here a lack of receptivity. This person had the emotional mastery of all of the suite of cups that represents art, beauty, intimacy, and love. But at some point in time, things changed. There was a lack of beauty. That thought was not there. A lack of intimacy and a lack of love. It just sort of surrounded them like a gray cloud. I am actually seeing a gray cloud right now. Very dark gray cloud. Almost smoky. Actually, it looks like negative energy. That's what negative energy looks like sometimes. So your person of interest, as soon as things were going well, negative energy started to settle in and went around this person. Twirly twirl. Surrounding this person. Creating negative thoughts, negative ideas, negative behaviors, and doubt, self-doubt. Here we have seductive emotions. So they used to have seductive emotions, but things changed. Here, there was an inability to express love and to nurture others at some point in time. What ended up happening was they were overwhelmed by the emotions that they were having. And these emotions needed to be sorted out. Now, why did this person have so many emotions? Why were they overwhelmed? This is exactly why. Like I said, there's some people out there where they see that you're such a good person. And they metaphorically, they bite the bullet to take a step back and they never talk to you again. Why? How does this make sense? It happens all around the world. I've seen this in many readings. A lot of people do this. It is unfortunately, it's the cowardly way out. It is the easy way out. But in a way, they're trying to be the hero or heroine. They're trying to be that because what they want to do is give you the opportunity of being with somebody better, right? This person's feeling a little worthless. What we have here, overwhelmed by emotions that they started having for you that needed sorting out, which is what? They were falling in love with you. And before anything went further, boom, they just snapped. They took a step back and they put up their boundary. And that's the end of it. They didn't want to have anything to do with you. Why? Because they don't want to fall in love with you. Why do they not want to fall in love? It's too scary. There's too much of a commitment. It's against their beliefs. You had beliefs there, right? So this person only wanted the physical part until they got the physical part, or until it got to that part where they could have achieved that. And then all of a sudden, this wall went up and they realized, oh my goodness, I could easily fall in love with this person. I can't do that right now. I can't handle this. I don't want to do this to myself, and I don't want to ruin Taurus. So I'm going to take a step back. I know it doesn't make sense to some of you, but this is the way some people think. I have seen this way too many times in many of my readings. And in a way, it's a blessing in disguise because at least you haven't literally been with this person for like the longest time, and then later you realize this is what happened. This is for those of you that may have been in a very, like an early connection. The relationship is in its infancy in a way. But what it also talks about here is how this person needed to take control of their feelings because they had disharmonious relationships in the past. So this is something to do with their past. They're used to the action, they're used to the physical, the tangible, and they're not used to dealing with their emotions. Why would this person keep their distance? The reason is because they did not know how to handle it, how to deal with it. So they put up boundaries, the easiest thing to do. That's why they did what they did. We also have here innocence. Here, this person was ignoring their better instincts. There was a lot of cynicism and pessimism, distrust of the self and of others. There you have it. This person did not want to move on, even though their intuition was telling them to move on with you, to be with you. They were being very pessimistic, and they did not trust themselves. So they did not trust themselves, and they definitely didn't trust others. Now, because there's the word trust there, why don't they trust themselves? Because they realize that if they were to be in a connection with you, most likely it would be them that would break your heart. Like full on, we are in the middle of this relationship, we're going to be even more committed than ever before, and all of a sudden this person just ghosts you. That's what it could have been. For some of you, that's probably what happened right now. But it could have been worse. It could have gotten more, right? Something else could have happened. And there's so many things. You could have bought a place together. You could have had children together. You could have just done so much together. But wherever it stopped right now, Taurus, this person tried to do that. Firstly, they couldn't control their own emotions. They couldn't handle the emotions. And they didn't feel that they could trust themselves. They couldn't trust themselves. This is a problem. If you can't trust your own self, that also means you don't know yourself. This person needs to know who they are. They need to know what they want, how they're going to get it in life. If they did this with you, Taurus, 100% they're going to do it with somebody else, and they're not doing it deliberately. They just don't know any better. They need to learn a lesson. Maybe in this connection, because of that grief that we saw, that's a lot of grief. You are the person in this lifetime that was going to teach them that lesson. Unbeknownst to you, you had no idea this is going on. But you were the one that was supposed to teach this person that lesson, and that's why they came into your life. Eventually, this person will get into that hermit mode, that healing mode. There will be strength, there will be some wisdom. but that might take some time. I have here the Beginner's Tarot. With this deck, I like to have a look at any sort of actions, any plans, any intentions this person has towards you. Okay. Interesting. It's an interesting spread. I've never really had this combo before. Queen of Cups. First card's the strongest. We have a really passionate feeling here, a good feeling, an opportunity where your person of interest feels that you are that individual who has so much love to give. You see, we just had a look at the other deck, didn't we? And with the other deck that I just showed you, if I could find it, we had the same card, Queen of Cups. And here you got the Queen of Cups again. So in the past, they were trying to push their emotions aside. They really couldn't handle that. What is happening now and in the future, I see this person is starting to realize what love is. You have taught them love. Congratulations. You are teaching them what love is all about. There's that song, right? That old song from the 80s, I think. I want to know what love is. It's a beautiful song. I do like that song. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. That's a beautiful song. And that's what I'm hearing right now in my mind. This person has not experienced what true love has been. And you are that one person who has kind of rocked their world. You shook everything, the foundations of what they believe. And now they just see things differently. They don't see it like how they used to. They see that you bring unconditional love, that you are gorgeous, and that you are very gentle and soft and loving and forgiving. They think of you as this. You're dealing with somebody here who is very immature, very inexperienced. They try to act clever. I'm sorry, but they're not clever. Like, they really aren't. They wouldn't be in this situation if they were. My gosh. Fool and the Page. Okay, you're dealing with somebody here who is very immature, in a way, very inexperienced. The Fool is somebody who takes action first and thinks later. You don't want that. You don't want that in a relationship. This person is going to come back into your life. Be careful. It's not that they have bad intentions. It's that, let me explain this to you in a way that I'm seeing here. Okay? All right. I see a pathway, a person who was kind of hopping, kind of like a hopscotch, but the road that I see is a winding road. And within that winding road, there are stones, flat stones that this person is supposed to specifically walk on. Specifically, they have to step on those stones. The person that you're dealing with right now may not know that they are supposed to step on those stones. So when they do come to you, they may just skip over those stones, which means they have not done their due diligence. They have not learned their lesson. They have not taken the time to think things through. They are not moving with emotions and learning lessons. That's the problem here. You have the Fool card. This person is leaping forward, a leap of faith, which is what they want from you, and that's a perfectly good intention. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem that I'm seeing here is that this person is compulsive. Like I said, those slabs that I'm seeing, dark gray slabs on a road that is very much like a dirt road, dark brown color. It's a path that they have to take, but there's certain steps that they need to take in order to be a better person in terms of this relationship between you and them. So they're unable to do that, but once they do that, then it'll be okay. The problem is they're not doing that right now. This is not going to happen anytime soon. Like I said, you're dealing with somebody who is inexperienced. They may even be a little emotional. Not emotional. Well, they may be emotional because I said it, but they are immature and even emotionally immature. Do they want you? They absolutely desire you, and they're wanting to rush back into your life with the Chariot. Who is the target? You are the target. They want you. Yes, they want you. In the meantime, they've taken a step back here with the Page of Swords and just seeing how things are from the backbenches. It's like you're in the distance. They're kind of looking at you, seeing what you're doing these days, who you're with, what are you up to. They just want to know what they're dealing with because there has been distance, remember. There has been that gap, that distance with the boundaries. They don't know what you've been up to these days, so they do want, it's like a reconnaissance mission. They want to be that spy and look around, see what you're up to, and then finally when they have all the information, they may feel just a little bit of confidence to reach out to you. This card, the Page of Swords, to me talks about a lot of low self-esteem, not really feeling as confident as one could. And so therefore they are looking at you from a distance. This could be somebody who is stalking you on social media, if you don't have social media, because I know plenty of people that do not. This could be them just asking somebody who is a common friend. The grocery store people, the teller, right? Somebody who knows somebody that, oh, have you heard from such and such? Haven't seen them in a while. And then people talk. This is somebody who wants to know you and wants to know what they're getting into because they want to get into it. They want to get into this connection with you. I almost feel sorry for this person because of the lack of experience that they have in life. And that is life itself, right? This is why you were put in this person's path on this road with this individual, because they are going to learn these things from you. This is what I'm seeing here. We also have how your person of interest is thinking about this connection very logically, with a brilliant mind, very rational. The problem is they may be taking actions and they may be making decisions based on logic and practicality and realism, but not really thinking anything in terms of emotions. So definitely, Taurus, is this person going to come back into your life? For the majority of you, I see, yes, they are. This is a general love reading. It's not private. You guys know that. For the majority of you, yes, this person is going to come back into your life. Is it recommended that you just take a leap of faith with them and get involved in this connection? No, absolutely not. I see here that you have this opportunity to almost mold this person into an image that perhaps you want them to be in, what you think is perfect. That's not manipulation. That's just you teaching somebody about life, whatever your experiences are. And I know if you love them, you're not going to try to do anything bad to them. But I see that you need to be the leader and they need to follow you. Because what you're dealing with here is a person who is very horny. This person's coming in here as the Chariot, doesn't know which direction to go, but they do want. There's a lot of desire here, not only that, but we also have the Fool card. Somebody who is very impulsive, compulsive, aggressive. Also, they take action first, they think later. So you are dealing with this energy that is very youthful, very vibrant, very new in a way, but you are going to have to be that person who's going to take them by the hand and lead them. You set the pace, you set the healthy boundaries, and this person will become yours. If you do not keep healthy boundaries, they won't know limitations. They won't know anything about a relationship. You're going to have to do it that way. And if you don't know how, honestly, feel free to do some research, have a look online, learn about these things, because relationships aren't easy. It doesn't just happen like that, too. It's weird how relationships can be. Sometimes we need to actually educate ourselves. Wow. All right, guys. Let me just do a quick prayer. All right. I have here the Archangel answer cards. Recovery. First card is the strongest we have here. Followed by it's up to you. So yeah, you have a choice here. Not necessarily all of you are going to want to be with this person. For some of you, you think you want somebody who is more mature. You don't want to go and reset your life and reset everything because you need to teach somebody. Some of you are not going to be able to tolerate this person. You're just beyond that now. And some of you have a lot of patience, and you will want to be with this person and to teach them the ropes. Okay. Wow. Forgiveness is key. We have here recovery. First card's the strongest. So it is important, Taurus, that in this connection, you first of all think about yourself, okay? Has this connection really, really screwed up your health? I'm not a medical person at all. I'm not even a scientist type of person. But I can definitely see here, in terms of pseudoscience, in terms of metaphysics, there's something going on here where there's a misalignment. Your mind, body, spirit, and your soul. All four of them need to be taken care of, and it is not being taken care of. First card's the strongest. There's something definitely that has happened here that's wrong. Okay? This person may have been very draining. I'm getting the word stress. Oh, I'm getting irresponsible. They're very irresponsible. I guess it's very irritating for some of you. That is very draining. It's like, oh my gosh, not again. Why? Why do I put up with this person? Okay, so I'm definitely getting some vibes here where some people are frustrated with this individual, and that is probably why right after that you have the card, it's up to you. This for me is my choice card. For some of you, you are going to want to be with this person, and that's perfectly fine. That's your choice. For some of you, you have come to the conclusion that, you know what, I think it's time for me to move on. And that is okay, Taurus. We can move on. What I've seen in the type of readings that I do, we have different realities. Think of the existence of you, just the existence, not your life, but your existence. This is on a soul level. Think of it as a tree, all right? There's multiple branches, and each branch has a different sort of timeline, a different sort of reality. You are the squirrel, so you can hop on from one branch to the other. The outcome is still there. The outcome is still written. Your story in your book of life is still written, multiple different variations of it. There will still be an outcome, even if you made a different choice, so don't worry about it. For some of you that might be hesitating, don't think that this is the end-all be-all. Sometimes these things happen for a reason, and we experience things, we witness things, we catch somebody doing something because the universe is trying to tell us that perhaps it's time for you to take care of yourself and not deal with this person anymore. So for some of you, go ahead with this person if you want. For others of you, take a step back, start taking care of yourself, and think about what you want to do moving forward. This person may not be the right person for you. We also have here, for all groups, okay, communicate clearly. Let this person know what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with. Also, keep it simple. A few lines in terms of communication. Do not put paragraphs and pages. People get lost in the details. They think you have nothing better to do, even though I know we love writing, we love expressing ourselves. But the person who's receiving it, they sometimes just get lost in the details and they miss the point altogether. So you want to keep it to the point, maybe 4, 5 maximum points. And also when you do that, try to use the I method, that I feel this, I believe this, I think that. Of course, don't write it from the I. In between a sentence, you can put the I. It'll be less aggressive because you have more of a suggestive sort of tone instead of you just dictating something. We also have here, if you believe. So this really is a lot of faith on your part. If you believe, then things will work out because you're going to put that and set that intention, which is very positive. We also have here, there's something better. Excellent. This means there's something better. 2 things. There's something better than the situation. The situation itself will improve. Or there's someone better and somebody else is going to come into your life, most likely for those of you that want to move forward and not deal with this person. There's something better out there for you also. We have here, take action when the time is right, when you are going to see some sort of sign. Now, this could be signs and synchronicities. This also could be a sign that somebody has reached out to you, and so you know now, you know what? Now's the time when I'm going to have that conversation and then take action. We also have here the overall arching theme is forgiveness. Is it easy to forgive? Sometimes it's not. The easiest way to forgive somebody I've seen, and it is also something that Christ has practiced and he has taught the world, compassion. Compassion is the easiest way. You literally feel sorry for someone. I know that may sound weird and maybe you don't want to feel sorry for this person, and that's totally up to you. But if you do forgive somebody, the easiest way to do it is by understanding that, you know what, they just didn't know any better. Had they known, they wouldn't have done the things that they did. But they did what they did, and they can't change back time now, and they themselves are grieving, aren't they? So forgiveness is important. You don't forget it because you don't want to repeat those mistakes either. But by forgiving, what you're also doing is you're getting rid of a negative energy bubble that kind of orbits around you. This is the grudge. This is the upsetting feeling that you always get, that reminder of that person. But if you have forgiven, then it becomes a little easier to let go and to feel good about yourself, good about life. It's one less thing you have to worry about. You don't want that negative energy around you. So forgiving is always a healthy thing to do. I do understand sometimes if it's traumatic, there's certain things that are just simply unforgivable. I do. It's hard being a human, right? And I work in, wow, can't believe I work in this now, but I work in forensic sciences now. And yeah, crime, bad. A lot of stuff is evil on planet Earth, the things that happen. Sometimes they are not forgivable. That's where my policy side comes from in my law background. I can't deal with that. Like, I'm a no-nonsense kind of person. This is something, though, that I just have a calling for. This is why I do these readings. But I would recommend, if you were to forgive somebody, life becomes a little bit easy. You don't have to worry about it. You just kind of move right on. Because now that's not going to bother you and going to nag at you at the end. We also have here, with the recovery card. For some of you, I would recommend one of my packages that I have. One is called a Chakra Checkup package. That is actually very much suitable for this particular card. The feeling that you have here in terms of recovery. I have the ability of having a look with the help of my angel guide, and you can read a little bit about her on my website, into where you, well, not where you live, but the dwelling, your home dwelling. So I could see how many negative energies you have and what you have. This is jinns, demons, evil spirits. Also, how many are around your aura, because that happens too. And also how many are inside of your body, which is your chakra centers. Your chakra centers are associated to your bodily functions. Because you've been worried, because there has been so much stress, anxiety, depression, and upsetness in this connection, there is no doubt it has attracted a lot of negative energy. And it's been many, many years. I've now perfected this technique. It's a method. So I would recommend, for some of you who may feel like this, to go and have a look at that particular package that I have on my website. Read through it, and if you see it applies to you, feel free to place an order, and I will do a reading for you. I also have one that's called the Holy Light package, and that is mostly, it talks about how to get rid of negative energies, and that is a smaller sort of package, but it is a self-help guide, and it does teach you how to get rid of those negative energies from your home, around your aura, and inside of your chakra centers. I also have some love readings open right now, and for those of you who are new, I have another channel called Asnointia Audio, and on that channel, you'll see I have some videos on relationship-related advice, as well as some videos on past life and spiritual connections. And I also have one that is dedicated to negative energies. What and who are negative energies? How do we recognize them and remove them? I recommend that some of you watch that, because we have no idea the things that we want to manifest sometimes. Not sometimes, all the time. When we have negative energies and we want to manifest something, they don't allow it to happen because they are the roadblocks, okay? So I teach you how to get rid of those blockages, and then whatever you want to manifest, it will come to you as long as it is written in your book of life, as long as it is owed to you karmically, you will receive it. Taurus, that's your reading. Thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you guys again. Let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. All right, you all take care. Stay safe. Bye now.